Welcome back to Silk Hoops. We have a really good one for y'all today. I have one name for y'all, and it's not Stephen Curry. It's Buddy Hield. Oh my goodness, this man dropped 33 in a Game 7 to eliminate the Houston Rockets. You know what? Y'all just gotta see it for yourselves if you haven't. Great game, fabulous game. Going back and forth for most of the game. I'm not even gonna lie, but the fourth quarter, third quarter, the second quarter. But nah, Draymond Green showed up. What's that? Game 7 Draymond. Don't forget what he did against LeBron in Game 7. Yes, LeBron walked him down 3-1. That's so tough, Fred. But it didn't matter. Because that man, Draymond, had what, 29 or something like that? But yeah, sorry, let's get to the game. My fault. This was a really good game. Dylan Brooks, he only had like 8. It wasn't the best game for him. But Stephen Curry is the main talk. Is the main talk of the game, in my opinion. The Warriors, bro, like, Alfred did his thing, but why is Pods guarding him? And I know the Warriors were playing his zone for a little bit. Even the Rockets were playing his zone. Draymond. It's 5 minutes into the game, and Draymond already has 2 threes. That's how you know when you might lose to the Warriors. And I already said this before the game when I went live on TikTok. I was basically saying the only way the Warriors win and Steph doesn't drop more than 25, because Steph only had 22. He had 3 in the first half. The only way the Warriors win and Steph doesn't have at least 25 is if the Houston Rockets sold. You know how many points Jalen Green had? Yeah, neither do I. I'm joking. He had less than 15. That's all that matters. Now, that man, Amen Thompson, led the charge. It wasn't enough because, I mean, he's 22 and he doesn't truly have everything needed for him to be an elite player. Oh, my goodness. Jimmy was hooping. Jimmy was hooping. Playoff Jimmy definitely showed up. I will say that. But Jalen Green, bro, that is so tough. That is so tough. That is so. That's so tough. That is so tough, Jalen. It just sucks that was your best bucket of the series. I sized it, but you know what I'm saying. My goodness. Buddy, look. This is when I knew he was going to have a game. Man put it from the logo. Money. That's what I knew the Rockets were in trouble. I'm not even going to lie to you. Fred had a decent game. He did. And he's the reason why they even came back from down 3-1. Alfred is going to be so tough. Like, I just like how he takes his time. He's so patient with his buckets, with his scoring, with almost everything he does. And he's a good defender. Beautiful. Beautiful. But what is that by Houston? That's that zone they were playing. They picked apart the zone. Had to follow Buddy Hield out. Eason came out. 2 back doors wide open. Fred VanVleet and Sengun got beat. That's why they almost ran into each other. Do you know how bad that is? How do you play a zone and there's nobody at the bottom of the baseline? How? We playing a high 2-3? That makes no sense. It makes no sense. You have the defenders for it. Just doesn't make sense. But they picked apart Golden State's zone too. Not even gonna lie, they definitely did. There was a couple moments in the game where I was like, Houston might get this one. Good pass, Buddy. That's the thing about Buddy. He either turned into prime Ray Allen or I don't know, just not there, inconsistent. And honestly, the reason why he cooked was because they've been on his ass. Bro. If you hear the way they talk about, Sengun, it doesn't matter who's on him. Small, big, he's going in the post. Yo! Do you know how quick of a release that is? Look how quick of a release that was. Oh my goodness. And let it go. Oh, that's so tough, buddy. But nah, Jimmy was on his ass. Steve Kerr was on his ass. They were basically saying, yo, play better. Tough. All right, Steven. Another one. Fly by. Set my feet. Let me set my feet, read a book, and knock it down. That's what I'm talking about, buddy. Look at this lay. Oh, now this play. Oh. I forgot he did that. I hope they showed a lay. He had a lay, I think, at the end of the... Oh, I don't think they're going to show it. I don't think they're going to show him. I'm kind of mad. Jesus. That was Steph's first bucket of the game. And look where he pulled it. Steph was 0-5. I think 0-6 or something like that. Up until this point. And he pulls it from there. He's a psychopath. He has issues. He has issues. Because that was by far his hardest shot of the first half. By far. And that's the one he makes. But hey, that's Steph Curry. You can't even get mad at it. That's Steph. That's Stephen Curry. You can't even get mad at it. Look at this lay. Look at this lay. Oh my. When I saw that, I almost got on my almost jumped out my seat. Almost jumped out my seat, and I'm still about to do it again. First of all, I think Pods hit the floor. No, yeah. Okay, made him dive. He's on all fours. He had Pods on all fours. Takes off on the right side of the basket. Fly by, you know what I'm saying? Slide by Draymond. Up and under to a right hand spin reverse on the left side of the basket. That doesn't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense. Like, plays like that will show you his potential. Because he just does that randomly. Like, he did it on accident. It would! Playoff Jimmy. Playoff Jimmy. Don't sleep. Don't sleep. Oh, my goodness. That's so tough. But I'm going to be honest. When he develops a midi, it's going to get bad. Because if you see, I don't know if y'all been paying attention to how they've been guarding Amen during the series and this game. My fault. Went too far. But everyone is backpedaling. Everyone is backpedaling when guarding him because they know he's going inside. They know he's going inside. He can't shoot. And it is what it is. But once he, like a stop and pop, but instead of I got to go through you or around you, if he just gets a little hezzy stop and pop, he's going to be incredible. He really is. He already is incredible. But I'm talking about from a weight Pods. How is that not a foul? How is that not a foul? You almost hit him in the head. How is that not a foul? And this is just a quick reminder that any 6'3" guard, 95% of them, could do that to almost any big if the situation presents itself. Just want to let you know that. Just want to let you know that. Let me see something, man. Let me see something. Voice almost cracked there. Good pass. That's a good play right there. That's a good play right there. Can't even hate on it. Why is Pod still on Alfred, bro? Oh, never mind. I see what. What did he just do? First of all, that's a bucket. Alfred, that's pretty bad. That's a bad miss. But hey, it is what it is. Look how he made. Again, he doesn't even do things on purpose sometimes. There's no way that was on purpose. I know a tip-in, but that was ridiculous. Good pass. Fly by. Easy bucket. Fly by. Easy bucket. But the thing about this game is the Warriors were going on runs, but the Rockets kept going on runs. The Rockets were going on run. Down 5, but watch how the Warriors stretch it in a little bit. Hold on. Hold on. Look at it. Look at this bucket. Look at this bucket. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to look at it. Double teamed. A 6'10" guy still in your face. Look at the contest. That's a great contest. It just doesn't matter because it's Steph. It just doesn't matter, unfortunately. Play the best defense in the world. It just doesn't matter sometimes. Look at him. 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 Look at this lay.
And Curry, what a finish. Oh my goodness. Stephen Curry with the reverse guarded by Looney.
That doesn't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense. But hey, Steph doesn't make sense either. Again, look how they play Amen, bro. Look how they play him. Steph Curry damn near has 2 feet in the paint. And Amen is at the elbow. Once he develops a midi, he doesn't even need a three-pointer. Once he develops a mid-range jumper, it's going to get bad. I was surprised Jabari hit that. That was a huge shot. Huge shot. But the Warriors went up 6 after this. Yep, Jimmy hit a tough 3. And yeah, they just didn't look back. Actually, no, I lied. I think the Rockets walked him down in the fourth quarter a little bit too. Good pass. Good flow. Ew. Ew. We'll take it, though. That's a bucket. That is a bucket. We'll take it. Oh, okay. Now, this is where the game really got out of reach. This is where the game really got out of reach. Right before that, I think a couple plays, Amen, he went up for a layup or something on a fast break, and he caught a cramp in his calf. They rolled it out. He got back in the game, whatever. It cramped up again. Look. And that's the wrong time to cramp up when you're guarding Steph. The wrong time. And now he's not even in the game. And that was the guy who really kept them in the game defensively. You know what I'm saying? And this game offensively as well. So that hurt. And then Steph started going off. Like I said, Steph had 3 in the first half. He finished the game with 22. So that tells you everything you need to know. That's tough, Fred. That's tough, Fred. That's extremely tough. Damn near behind the backboard. Good pass. Buddy. Oh, and that was Buddy's first bucket since the second half. And he had 22. I mean, since the end of the first half. And he had, what, 22 in the first half? Finished with 33? Steph got the rolling, and it was, like I said, Warriors ain't look back. The Warriors did not look back. That's a cute floater. You can have that. They ain't really going to do nothing. They still up 8, and they haven't scored in 4 minutes. But Jimmy scores right here, though. Lay. Yeah. So I was wrong. The Rockets definitely did not make a comeback in the fourth. This is so tough. That's Jimmy. Like, people forget. Yes, he might be stagnant at times with the Warriors, but when he needs a bucket, he can get one almost any time, and definitely against the defenders that are on him. I'm going to be honest with you. It's still Jimmy Butler. Like, please do not forget. And then Steph. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? Jalen Green. That's good defense, Jalen. That's good defense, Jalen. I'm not even mad at you for that. It just doesn't matter. It just does not matter. Give it to Buddy. Give it to Buddy. Why is Buddy Hield open? It doesn't matter. 3 for 3. Believed in his team from the jump. Alfred for 3. I know he hit this, but by this game, at this point, it don't matter. None of this matters. None of this matters. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like I said, Warriors. I've been rocking with them all postseason. I know it's the first round, but I've been rocking with them. Fred for 3. It doesn't matter. That's cool. You're down 15 with a minute left. Wait, hold on. This might be petty. But in Buddy Hield's defense, they didn't want to get a turnover. It's kind of petty, though. He should really finish with 30 points. That's not fair. That's not fair. There was no need for him to do that. And look at Fred push him. Like it to the ground. No, that's so petty. That is so petty. That is extremely petty. Fred came down to hit a 3, but again, it didn't matter. It doesn't. Because the Warriors. Now they got Minnesota in the second round, but the thing is, they only have a break of 1 day. 1 day break, and they have to play Minnesota, who's been waiting for almost a week. Yeah, I was rocking with Minnie regardless, because even if the Rockets won this series, I still have Minnesota beating the Rockets. But this is going to be a really good series. Steph versus Anthony Edwards. Oh, my goodness. I cannot wait. But with that being said, guys, I appreciate you tuning in, watching, and engaging. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the channel. Don't forget to follow me on TikTok at Silk1Hoops. I would appreciate that. But guys, yeah, this has been great. These playoffs have been really good and entertaining. 2 Game 7s. Had Clippers and Nuggets. James Harden sold me. I didn't even want to make a video about that because I'd have been yelling the whole time. However, it is what it is. So now, without further ado, have a great day and love, peace, and hair grease. I'll see y'all.